Hi, this is Cathy for Trans by Deaf, and today I am coming to you from 2 Arrows, east of Flagstaff, on an abandoned segment of U.S. Highway 66. Route 66 was considered to be one of the premier highways during the 40s, 50s, 60s, and into the 70s when it was replaced by the interstate system, principally Interstate 40 and Interstate 35. It ran from Chicago, Illinois to Los Angeles, and many people traveled this highway, including myself when I was younger. There was even a TV show made about traveling along Route 66. The reason I chose this place is because the topic for today, which we've been asked to address on Trans by Deaf, is losses and grief during and associated with transition. I would first like to talk about the grief that I went through for the 40 years that I was in the closet before I came out, from the time that I knew that I felt like a woman, that I wanted to be a woman, but yet could not be a woman because of the social ramifications that existed during the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and into the 2000s. So I underwent a great deal of all kinds of depression, grief, and feeling uncomfortable with myself for that entire period. To me, that fits into the category of grief and loss, because I lost 40 years of my life in that period of time when I was having to be a man, when I felt like a woman inside. To answer what I feel that the question which was proposed are, during transition, what losses and grief did you suffer? Well, I feel that I came out very lucky and I feel blessed. My wife and daughter did not leave me. I am still working at the same job after transitioning, and most of my friends are still with me. I did, however, lose a few friends, not my close friends, but a few friends, and my brother, there are still problems there. When I first told him, he quit speaking to me and didn't want to talk to me. However, in the last 6 or 8 months, I began to see him soften and began to accept me more as a woman, and I hope that we will at some point in time return to the way it was when we were young people growing up. So I think that that loss is a big one. The loss of my friends I feel bad about, but yet they weren't my key friends. They were people that were more acquaintances. And if they choose not to be my friend as a result of my preference in gender, then I need to find new friends anyway. The other part to this question, which I feel is important that we discuss, is the positive side. I never like questions that are 100% negative, and I feel that the fact that this question, the way it was proposed, what did you lose, and what other grief did you suffer, is very negative. I think there's some positive. Since I transitioned, I feel that I am a much happier person, that I have a positive look on life. One of the things that I kind of realized is since transition, before transition, the glass was always half empty. After transition, the glass has always been half full. And I think my perspective on life has changed from a somewhat negative perspective to a positive perspective as I have transitioned from a man to a woman and become the person I wanted to be always. I also feel that in this transition, I have become the person that I really am, and I'm happy that I am the real person now that resides inside my body, instead of the man that resided in my body for so many years, and that I had to portray for so many years. So I think that's going from the dark side over to a positive side, and I think it's one of the important things that has happened in the change. Well, the 3 things that I would like to have you remember about today. One is that the minute you discover you are transgender and start switching and thinking about it, that's when the grief period really starts. And in my case, that was 40 years. When you're actually in the transition period, you hope that you don't lose your family, your loved ones, or as many people as possible, and your job. If you lost all of those, the grief would be immense. If you lost all of the friends around you, it would be horrible. If you lost your religion, if you lost your job, things could not get worse than that. And I was very blessed that that did not happen to me. And last of all, I think that you've got to look at the positive of your transition, in that you are becoming the real self. And if I can leave you anything, I would like to leave on a positive note that that's a real self. And I really believe that coming out here on an abandoned segment of old Route 66 illustrates the point that when we're in the closet and when we have to be somebody that we're not, we are like old Route 66. We're driving between Los Angeles and Chicago, and we're not going anywhere. We're going through open, desolate spots. And I hope I never have to do that again. Well, I'll see you again next week. Thank you for your time. Bye.